Well everyone, welcome back to another video, and after 7 days of being on vacation and 7 days of not even recording a video, let alone uploading one, I'm officially back, and today I have something very important I want to kind of talk with you guys about, and take about 10 or 15 minutes of your time, and really kind of go over how I feel like most of you guys can have a very fun time, whether it's this year or next year, doing one specific thing. Let's talk about it. So to kind of preface this video, I think most of you guys probably know where I've been the past 7 days. I've been at BRICKWORLD Chicago 2023. It takes place in Schaumburg, Illinois, about 30 or 40 minutes away from, actual downtown Chicago, kind of right by the O'Hare Airport. And, happens one time a year. BRICKWORLD itself, they have plenty of other locations, including like Indianapolis, Grand Rapids, Fort Wayne, Detroit, kind of more in the Midwest. And then you also have probably heard of like Brick Fair, which is also kind of more like East Coast. Then you have like BrickCon, Bricks Cascade. And, really these days there are a lot of LEGO conventions all around the USA, all around Canada, Australia, even like Europe and everything. Europe has a bunch of stuff going on. And in today's video, again, I want to kind of talk about my experience a little bit and truly go over and kind of recommend to you guys why I think every last one of you guys, if you guys are a LEGO fan, whether it's been for maybe 2 months or a year or 5 years or 10 years, and you guys have been kind of debating on whether or not, should you go to these LEGO conventions, should you make it a vacation time, should you spend, a couple $100s in travel, and is it worth your time? In today's video, I want to try to convince you guys as best as possible as to why I think you will truly have a amazing time. So, like I said, I've been there, for the past 7 days or so. I just got back. Of course, the private days are Wednesday through Friday, and then public days are Saturday and Sunday. And to kind of go over really quick what the difference is between private and public days, anyone can actually go on private days. So technically, if you guys get the entire, this is speaking just for BRICKWORLD Chicago. All these other conventions have their own little things, and prices may vary based off of any other convention. But for BRICKWORLD Chicago, you're paying about $125, I believe, for the entire 5-day experience. And at that point, you pretty much are able to check in Wednesday afternoon and actually get your badge, which allows you to actually be in the convention hall. And then that pretty much allows you to be there all Wednesday night. The hall never closes. You can be up until 2 or 3 a.m. Get a couple hours of sleep. Come back down 8 in the morning. Rinse and repeat that on Thursday and Friday. And then of course public hours start Saturday at about 10 a.m. and same with Sunday. So you pretty much have free range to really do whatever you want in the convention hall. Of course, keep it civilized. People are setting up their mocks, setting up their vendor booths, alongside being able to have, a couple extra days worth of being able to conversate and check out mocks before the public comes in. Private days also allow you to go to stuff like opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies, also allow you to see the World of Lights, which is pretty much where at about 10 p.m. they shut off all the lights in the convention hall. Of course, then every single mock that has a light set up on it, you guys can see very well. Also stuff like the garage sale, which they did a little bit differently this year, but for the most part, you're able to pretty much go in there. If you sign up and get a table on time, you are actually able to sell stuff yourself, even if you are not an official vendor of the convention. As well as, if you don't want to sell anything, you're able to go in there. Plenty, dozens, if not, 50, 60, 70 people, all selling, Lego for a substantially cheaper price than some of the vendors there, I gotta say. So, look, that's kind of the difference there. At the end of the day, look, if you have never been to a LEGO convention, I think for what it's worth, public days, trying a public day out, kind of getting a feel for it might be the best way to go. But what I will warn you, and I just got to be honest with you, public days, especially at BRICKWORLD Chicago, have been massive these past 2 years. It's just factual at this point. BRICKWORLD Chicago is pretty much the biggest LEGO convention in the entire world. I mean, based off of just actual, people displaying mocks, people that are registered, on the private days, it's like 1,500 this year. And public attendance, I want to say, I might be wrong on these numbers, was like 8,000 on Saturday. And like the next day, it's probably a little bit less. Sundays are always a little bit slower. But it's just the fact of if you want to go to a convention and, really see every last nitty gritty detail of a mock, get up close and personal, really kind of, again, meet people, check out the vendor booths, for all it's worth. I highly recommend not just relying on public days for that. you have to keep in mind there's thousands of other people in there with you. It is not going to be that simple. I highly recommend, going private days. You have a lot more downtime, a lot more free time. It's nowhere near as busy, which is a good thing in a scenario like that. But yeah, so that's basically where I've been at. That's a little bit of kind of the preface of what, BRICKWORLD is, kind of what some of these other conventions are. Some are bigger, some are smaller, but they all kind of follow that same principle. So here's kind of some top things I gotta say, based off my experience and kind of just the fact of the matter as to why I think you'd have a great time. First off, again, I'm speaking for myself. My scenario, of course, will just be nowhere near 100% how your experience would be. It's just the fact that everyone's different. Everyone, again, knows different people. Everyone has different things they like to do. Everyone has different things that they consider enjoyment for themselves. But for me, the past 5 days, the 5 days I was there, didn't just feel like a vacation, man. I mean, it felt way better than just a vacation. It felt like a damn 5-star resort. Because, the thing is, I think some people don't understand is, on a weekend like that, that 5-day stretch, you were genuinely surrounded by thousands of other people that are there for the same reason you are, the love of Lego. And it is just truly remarkable, the people that, kind of go there, that are either very experienced mock builders, have such knowledge of Lego, whether they are, again, you're just kind of the public guy, someone that you might not have ever met, someone brand new, an influencer, YouTuber, TikToker, Instagrammer, a Lego master, from all different avenues of the Lego space and the Lego community. Everyone is there. An absolutely fantastic way to meet new people. And the thing is, I can confidently say, there's nothing like talking to people in person, because I think, again, for the most part, the Lego community is very online centric. Again, we're discussing through Instagram DMs, YouTube comment sections. A lot of it is virtual for us. All right. And I think, look, anyone knows, actual in-person conversation versus online conversation is just way different. It can't be beaten, especially when it's just something, kind of so rare and so, minute in the scale of, again, some people can only do this for, one convention a year. We're talking 5 days out of 365 where you were in person, and just nothing beats that. Whether it's, again, meeting new people, talking with people in person that you've known online for years. It's way different too. Say you have a little bit of drama with someone, over online comment sections and DMs and stuff, being able to fix problems and just make friendships in person is way different, way easier, and just overall the better way to do it. So, that is that. So at the end of the day, I truly can't recommend it enough. I would be able to sit here for 30, 40 minutes and just, ramble on about how wonderful of a 5-day experience it was. For the most part, again, I'm very lucky, first off, that it's only about 40 minutes away from me. I give people a lot of props for, traveling from out of country or, across the USA. Luckily, BRICKWORLD Chicago is pretty centralized, pretty much right in the middle of the USA. So, for the most part, it's kind of easy for everyone to kind of congregate to the middle. So I am very fortunate for that. I'm very fortunate it's so close away. But what I can say is on the way back home, again, about 40-minute drive Sunday night, for the first time really ever, in the Lego space. I've been doing this for 10 years, been going to BRICKWORLD for also about 10 years now, and I got pretty emotional on the way home. I gotta be honest, it really did feel like I was leaving my family, you know what I mean, going back home, and the fact of, wow, it really will be, I think it's 358 days until the next one. So it truly is just kind of remarkable, the common ground that everyone's in for the fact of, their love for Lego, their love for the hobby. It truly is crazy. So really at this point, I don't know too much more what to say. I didn't want to make this video too long. I feel like it's kind of, hard for me to really, kind of write home how good this, experience was. I did not vlog any of it. You guys will see me in other people's vlogs. I really kind of just wanted to savor the moment. I did not want to have any obligations over the weekend. I just wanted nothing but a good time, meet new people, meet old people, hang out with friends, talk with people, and just in general, like I said, really kind of truly get that, 5-star resort getaway with everything Lego, which that's kind of what I consider at this point. It's the best of the best. And this weekend, the entire 5 days, truly remarkable. You guys know who you are. The people that really were kind of looking out for me, made some good plans throughout the week. Everyone that came up to me, whether I knew you before or not. Truly, guys, there wasn't a bad sign, throughout the entire 5 days. Sure, there was kind of the lull periods and a little bit tired through in the morning. Maybe 1 or 2 times we were kind of thinking oh, what do I do next? But, 99% of the time, nothing but just streamlined positivity. And nothing but, just good times. That's all I can say. I don't know how much more to really put it. If you guys are watching this far, hopefully I can convince you to at least try it. Again, don't do something you're not comfortable with, but if you guys are close enough to a LEGO convention anywhere, it's just the fact of it. You know, if you guys want to plan for BRICKWORLD Chicago next year, my recommendation, do it in like December or January. Usually late December, early January. You know, they start registration up where you guys can get your, 5-day pass, or, kind of pre-order your public day passes if that's what you guys want to do. And also, staying at the actual Renaissance Hotel, that is one of those things where BRICKWORLD does do rates. If you guys are, able to get your, hotel tickets cheap enough, usually if you get them right away, again, like early January 2024, at least what they've done the past couple of years, it's like $140 a night, at the Renaissance, which is, again, that's the hotel that the actual convention's at. I can't, say it enough, these past couple of years, again, I live close, luckily. But I have been, a couple of these years, staying at hotels that are kind of, closer to the Renaissance, but not like, not the actual Renaissance. Or, a couple nights I do actually drive back home and drive back and forth, which is never fun. Again, driving back 40 minutes on the highway at, 4 a.m., and you have to get back there at 8 a.m. is never fun. You kind of tell yourself, oh, I'll go home and get a quick 2 hours of sleep and I'll run back, but that's never the case. So what I can say, if you guys get your hotel tickets early enough, you guys register early enough, I would recommend paying that $140 for the Renaissance. I mean, any other hotel out that way is going to run you about $100 plus anyway. And I will bet you guys anything. I will guarantee you guys, if you guys go to BRICKWORLD Chicago next year, you stay at that Renaissance, but say you're kind of like debating it. Oh, maybe it's $30 more than the hotel down the street, per night. I will guarantee you at least one time throughout your stay, you will be so happy and just think to yourself that you're so fortunate that you can just walk up those stairs, or should I say, go up that elevator, go to your room, get a couple hours of sleep and be able to come back down in the morning with no driving involved. You're able to go up in your room whenever. And again, I'm not sponsored by BRICKWORLD, not sponsored by the hotel, but that's what I can say. I think you guys will not regret doing that. And hopefully you guys will not also regret going to the convention itself. But I think that's all I can really say. Once I had that drive home, I knew I wanted to make a video like this. It's just, look, kind of rambly. Again, I'm going to end it here. Maybe I should have, had some bullet points up, but I can't say enough how I think going to a LEGO convention will, just strengthen your love of the LEGO hobby even more in ways that, virtual stuff just can't do. I don't think, seeing a mock online will give you as much inspiration as seeing it, 5 feet away from you, in person. I don't think, having a DM discussion or a comment discussion with, again, a fellow creator, a fellow LEGO community member, I don't think, again, having a virtual conversation will be anywhere near as good and, say, inspirational, or, the capability of making a friendship out of that conversation is nowhere near as easy online as it is, just meeting people in person. And I don't think you will regret it. So that is everything for today. I will be having a BRICKWORLD Chicago haul coming out tomorrow as well, or maybe 2 days from now. I picked up quite a good, quite a few good things. Had a really good time there. I'll probably go a little bit more into detail as to kind of what I was doing, where I got stuff, etc. in that haul video. But I think this video is long enough already. But I am back. I'm back on the YouTube channel. I've already got some videos in the pipeline. I've got like 4 or 5 videos coming out, and I'm very excited to be back. It was a beautiful, beautiful 7 days off. Nothing but fun. It took about 2 hours, or 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, to actually, again, I was getting like 2 hours of sleep every night, the entire 5-day stretch. Do I regret it? Not one damn bit, because you want to be in that LEGO convention as many minutes as possible. You don't want to have to, miss any time there, and, miss just having a great time with people. And, but it did take about a 20-hour nap on Monday, and doing nothing all of Tuesday also, besides just kind of doing some laundry and, fixing up the house and stuff, before being able to finally get back into it. And now starting Wednesday, I should be back. That's everything for today, guys. Please, if you guys love LEGO, I recommend going to a LEGO convention. Start planning now. It's really not that, as expensive as you may, think it might be. If you guys, plan ahead, get early tickets, get early hotel reservations, and you guys will probably be pretty good with that. So with all that being said, I'm going to say one last time, I love you guys all. Thank you guys so much for a fantastic 5 days. You guys know who you are. It was fantastic meeting everyone. Truly, guys, bottom of my heart, 5 days, fantastic. I'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Bye, guys, and stay safe.